Can rubber duck debugging help with intermittent bugs? Imagine trying to solve a puzzle where some pieces only fit at certain times or under specific conditions. That's what dealing with intermittent bugs feels like. Now, have you ever thought about talking to your code? Not out loud to yourself, but explaining it to a rubber duck. It might sound funny, but it is a real debugging technique. When you explain your code step by step, you slow down and look at every detail. This helps you spot mistakes or assumptions you might have missed. Intermittent bugs are tricky because they don't happen all the time. They might depend on timing, external systems, or specific user actions. Rubber duck debugging doesn't directly recreate these conditions, but it helps you understand your code better. When you explain what each part of your code is supposed to do, you might realize that your assumptions about how it works are wrong. This can reveal logical errors or overlooked edge cases that cause the bug to appear only sometimes. Using a rubber duck encourages you to review your code carefully. You go through each function, variable, and decision point. You ask yourself what should happen and compare it to what actually happens. This process can clarify the intended behavior and highlight where things might go wrong. For example, if a variable is supposed to reset after a certain event but doesn't, explaining your code might make that clear. This method is especially useful for understanding complex logic that might cause sporadic failures. It also helps you communicate your thought process clearly, which can lead to new ideas or solutions. When facing an intermittent bug, explain the overall goal of the code, how each function works, and what should happen under different conditions. This can help you see where your understanding might be incomplete or mistaken. While rubber duck debugging is not a magic fix for timing or environment-specific issues, it is a powerful tool for improving your mental model of the code. It can make you more aware of subtle mistakes that cause intermittent bugs. Combine this with other practices like adding logging, setting breakpoints, or testing under different conditions. This way, you get a clearer picture of what's happening and why. In the end, rubber duck debugging is a simple but effective way to improve your debugging process. It promotes careful thinking and detailed review, which are essential when tackling elusive, intermittent bugs. It's not a standalone solution but a helpful step in your overall debugging toolkit. When used alongside other techniques, it can make finding and fixing those tricky bugs much easier.